Welcome to The Way of the Player. I am Matt, Golf Sidekick, the High Handicap Whisperer, the only YouTube channel with a Michelin star, because we present things here naturally with a little bit of refining. No schmaltz, no nonsense. We're going to work through the way of the player. This is a 362-yard hole. This is going to be a hole that a lot of people are going to play. Now, how long is your tee shot? How long is your reliable tee shot? That's going to determine how far you're going to hit off the tee and what you're going to have into the green. Now, if yours is not long enough to leave an easy approach in, we have to adapt our strategy to get the ball near the hole to chip and putt. I'm going to hit a 1-iron here because I'm practicing for links golf in Scotland. Do not worry. So that ball's going to roll a lot, and that's what I have to consider with this club. Low flight, roll out, and from there I'll be able to use that distance to be able to gauge my next shot. Easy game. Now, the way of the player dictates avoid the driving range as much as possible, unless you have something to work on, or unless you're going to play an imaginary round using like an app on your phone or Google Earth to determine where to hit the ball. You know, there are a couple of apps on there that show the map of the hole, and you can look at the range and see how you're going to hit shots. Going there to scrape and hit balls is no good. Don't even bother going, because often you end up more confused when you leave than when you arrived. Scrape and hit, bashing balls, you've just gone through a bucket in about 8 minutes, and you're no better off, often worse off than when you first arrived. Now, we've got 100 yards left here into the breeze. It's not a complicated shot, but I need to get the distance right, and I'm worried about a 56 degree on this turf. So what I've picked up so far during the round, which is part of the way of the play, is adapting the strategy. I'm going to hit like a chippy 48 degree with less bounce and less soul than a 56 degree, because a 56 degree is hitting the turf, digging, or it's bouncing off and hitting thin shots. So like a chippy 48 degree can do a lot better long term. This is the 7 out of 10 shot for me. Perfect. Wow, that's bumpy. Jump, 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 jump. Now, in the way of the player, self-diagnosis of swing is bad. You're not allowed to actually self-diagnose your swing. You have to be able to say to yourself, look, I've got some problems, I need some help. A good coach is going to leapfrog you 4 or 5 years of pain. Look, some people like the pain, they like to go through all these things and think they've discovered the next thing that's going to fix their swing, but these band-aids really last. And I really urge you not to self-diagnose, not to watch videos about a ball flight, because the ball flight is just the symptom. You need to know what is the root cause of these things, and it's very difficult if you don't have knowledge of the chain effects of a swing to understand what's going wrong where. So find yourself a nice coach, a qualified one who you trust, and he's going to help you to fix the origin of the problem instead of guessing all the time yourself with videos that don't apply to you. I'll tell you more. What a shot. A little bit low, but absolutely beautiful. Now you have to go on mental vacations as well, between holes, between shots. Hit your shot, take the 10 yards to the ball, work it out, hit the shot, take 10 yards to get over the shot, and then just like enjoy nature. Look at those orange flowers there. Look at the mountains, look at the clear blue sky. I haven't seen sky this blue in Thailand for a couple months. The red sand bunkers, look at that scenery. How can you hate this? You've got to have fun, you've got to get over bad shots. This is how you get out of the negative death spiral. Go on little mental vacations, go to your happy place. Whatever it is, think about your dog, you're going to scratch him when you get home. You're going to put the barbecue on. If it's going badly, no one's pregnant. No one's going to prison. You're not terminally ill. And if you are terminally ill, enjoy it. Have a great time on the course before your final day. Well, that was a horrific shot. Over bunker, mate. Well, that's a mud ball. Now players, you can use the line on the ball to line up on your line. Now it depends, of course, if you have the right line, but it can take a lot of guesswork out and make you feel much more secure, especially over short putts. Now, it's not for everyone. Some people doubt it when they stand over it. You have to practice with it. It'll make you quicker at doing it, quicker at finding the line. I'll link a video to Mike Malaska in the description. Really going to help you. Let's see if I get this. This is going to be really slow grass because it's a different kind of grass. It's grown through the Bermuda. So I have to bash it. Not easy to judge. Nope. It's a good putt, but the problem is it's the grass has actually changed. You can see here, this is a different grass. And this is Bermuda, and this is some invasive grass. So, you know, sometimes that happens. Not every course. Now look, I've been hitting 1-irons and stuff, and I've been lucky. They've been rolling like hell. So I'm going to hit myself a little 6-iron here. 6-iron is my comfort club. It's my go-to club when everything's failing. You need to have a go-to club when everything's failing. If you have a driver or 3-wood as your main tee club, when it's not working, what have you got? Have you got a 5-iron? Have you got a hybrid? Okay, when that's not working, what do you have? Mine's a 6-iron. When nothing else is working, I pull out the 6 and I know I'm going to hit a good shot. That way we can build up confidence, commitment, comfort, and start trying the longer clubs again once we swing our favorite club properly. You have to have these go-to clubs because it just helps you stay on track, keep in play. Losing golf balls, gear down, get the ball in play. 6-iron here is absolutely money, straight down the center. I'm so confident in a 6-iron. It's my favorite club. Look at that. I mean, I love the 6-iron. I don't know what to say. I love a 6-iron. Another key to remember is that par is a social construct. Somebody decided that these holes are this par for a scratch player to shoot that number of shots into the hole. But whatever your handicap is, that's not the par, because we have a stroke index 1 to 18 telling you the most difficult to the easiest. Stroke 1 is the hardest, stroke 18 is the easiest hole on the course, generally. Now, you can adjust the par of the course according to your handicap. So if you're trying to break 90 or if you're trying to break 100, you can add numbers to the par. So if you're trying to break 90, 90 is 18 over par. So make the course a par 90. Just add 1 to the par of every hole, and it reduces anxiety. So if you hit this drive on this hole, this is a par 4 and you're trying to break 90, you've got water on the right, you're a bit scared. Just hit one to the left there, short, chip it on, you're on in 3, 2-putt. Every now and then you're going to chip it short, put it on, and 1-putt for a par, which for you would be a birdie. These are key things to remember because you put too much pressure on yourself sometimes to shoot par. Pars will come. Strategy comes first. System comes first. The goal will come from your system. Okay, 156, 9-iron. 9-iron's my jam. Let's go, baby. Oh, sit down. Eee, that's long. Ooh, that's long. Okay, just long. I always like to fall back on my fellow countryman, Gary Playa. When it comes to the short game, or anywhere, even if you have low confidence in your approach shots, your pitch shots, go high, you're going to cry. Stay low, you get the hose. So for these kind of chip shots, when you're just off the green, what you really want is a low lofted club. As low as you can, land it on the green about a yard or so, or just on the green, and let it roll up. You don't want to be putting too much loft on these if it's not necessary, because as mid or high handicappers, even low handicappers, we can't control the spin effectively unless you've been playing for a really long time and you've been playing with that club a lot. Generally, lower loft is better. The more I look at this, the more I realize I may even use an 8, but I've only brought a pitching wedge and a 9, so we'll use a 9. And you want to just keep it as low to the ground as you can. Get it rolling like a putt. Read the thing like a putt. We're downhill, a little bit from the left. We've got to think of that because we're only going to pitch it on about here. Let's see how it goes. This could be an 8. I brought the wrong club maybe. Let's keep it low. Let's get the hose. See, so of course I played the 9-iron off the back foot. If I played it more off the middle or the front, may have had a better result. Downhill is pretty good, it's pretty quick. So we may have used the pitching wedge, but that's the general idea. It's not always going to work perfect, but 6, 7 out of 10 times you're going to put that to 3 or 4 feet instead of chunking it short or teething it into the water with your 56 or 60 degree. What a life. Nice thing is you get rollout on this course. You don't normally get that much rollout in Thailand, so that clay ground is working in my favor.
Amazing.
Way of the Playa is all about error reduction. You can do error reduction by hitting a better ball, get the strike better, makes a dispersion less. Planning the hole, less error, less balls OB, less balls in the water, using what you can in the moment to get the ball in play as long as possible, reliably safe. Then we're getting around the green in places that we can chip or potentially putt. Anything that makes our shots stress-free. You have to be thinking, how do I set up a stress-free shot from this shot, but at the same time hitting a stress-free shot here to set up that stress-free shot. And that's the way of the Playa. Basically, in a nutshell, as long as possible off the tee, safely, in play, no penalties, near the green, chip and a putt, with your favorite shots, maybe a 50-yard pitch, it could be 80-yard pitch, it could be a 100-yard shot. Know yourself, play your game. Don't be ashamed to play your game. A lot of people are ashamed to. They play other people's games or they get ridiculed and they can't do what they want to do because their friends are going to laugh at them. Take the ridicule, use it. When you're in play and your friends have all hit driver, OB, left and right in the water, you hit it on the green, 2-putt for a par, and they all tell you they've made a 7 when actually they made an 8, then you know what I'm talking about. That's 156 and we just learned from the last hole. The 9-iron was just a little long, so we're down breeze exactly again, and I'm going to hit a pitching wedge this time. There's a bunker on the left, so I'm going to err more toward the right. Pin's in the middle of the green, so there's no real challenge here. Let's just hit it just right of the pin. Hopefully it comes around. If not, we're still on the green with a beautiful strike. Okay, we're on the green. We're happy there. Oh, that was bad. I just drop kicked it. Anyway, that's a good little foreski. What a lovely. Players, have you ever had that stretch of holes, 5 holes, 6 holes, 8 holes, where you went level par, 1 under, 2 under, but then you started thinking about it. You started thinking, what have I done to do this score? How can I replicate it? And you got inside your head. You have to let it go. That's the glimpse of your potential. No matter what anyone says, whether it's a lucky streak, whether it's just pure luck, no, it's not. Your body and your brain aligned to create that score over 5, 6, 8, 10 holes. But you got inside your head because you thought either you don't deserve to, you're not good enough, this is all luck, or you thought, how do I replicate this? And you got in your own way. The glimpse is something to show you how good you can be. If you did 6 holes in 1 under, you can do 18 in level par. If you did 10 in 3 over, you can shoot 77, 78, guaranteed. You have to take that with you and believe. That's what the hope is. The hope helps you to create a better score in the future. Don't let anyone tell you it's luck, you got lucky there, and don't talk to yourself that the wheels are going to fall off. This always happens. Just roll with it. Just run with it. Every hole is a new hole. Mental vacations. Play your game. Don't change your game. Whatever's working on the day, boom. That's way of the Playa. But you know, I want to try this for when I'm in Scotland. Generally, if it were normal golf, I would just say, We're only 227 away. Hit a 100-yard shot just down there to the left and leave yourself a nice wedge into the green. But I want to try this for Scotland's sake. Well, that was very crap. But it rolled through the bunker and it's on the other side of the bunker. So we still have my final approach of the day, because I'm going to hold this bad boy. But the entire shot in the way of the player depends on the lie. That's how we play golf. So this one is lying up for a change on spongy grass, not on firm turf, which would normally bounce the sole of the club off. So from 100 yards now, I'm happy to hit the 56 degree instead of a chippy 48 degree. So that changes the club. Like if this were in the fairway, I'd hit a chippy 48 degree to this hole. And we're down grain with the grass, so we have to read the grass. So the club's not going to get stuck into the grass. It's going to just skim right off the top. So we'll hit this one on the green, dead at the pin. And that just makes all the difference. It's all about the lie. Now, a lot of people may wonder the way of the player, but my course is uphill into the wind every hole. You know, there's no even lies on my course. The greens are like this. You know what? I've played golf all over the world. I've played links golf, I've played American golf, desert golf, East Coast golf, Thai golf, South African golf. It's all there for you. You just have to adapt it to your conditions. By knowing yourself, knowing your conditions, knowing your clubs, knowing your distance, you can play any course. You just have to adapt to the conditions. Give me 5 rounds on one piece of earth or turf and I'll be able to play. But you have to adapt. And to be a more rounded golfer, you should play in many conditions, many grasses, many areas. If you're in the UK, you have some of the best links courses in the world, the original ones, designed by nature and sheep with the lawnmowers. Old Tom Morris, James Braid, Harry Colt, Harry Varden, all these guys. Go play a links course. Challenge yourself. We're going to plant one more feather. We extracted 1 birdie today. Planting feathers, growing birdies. Right in the heart, right in the mouth. This bloody invasive grass here, you bloody bastard. You bloody bastard. What a beautiful round. Is it still on? Initiate the way of the player once you can get your ball striking up. Not for beginners. This is not for beginners. It's for people who've played like a little while, shooting in the hundreds, low hundreds. Get yourself sorted out so you can get the ball closer to the green, in play more often. Way of the player.